I was thinking this morning, like I was going through some of the issues that I know a lot of people are facing when they go through a healing process, if you like, and made me think about the time when I used to work in organisational cultural change and development and whatnot back in the mining industry back in Australia, uh, quite a few years ago now. And I can remember this model that we used to use to give people a better understanding of where they were in the stages of well, not being competent, not having an idea of what was going on, to being fully competent. And I thought, wow, that's so similar to what people go through when we're going through the healing process. And I thought, I might make a quick video on that because it's quite, like probably some of you watching this video, you know the process, you know what you've been going through, especially when you start off the process or the healing process, especially when you start the healing process, and you find out you're not well, and you're very confused about things, and you get lots of conflicting information, and you're getting a little bit stressed and anxious about, well, are things going to change? Where am I? Am I going to get better? Is it always going to be like this? And I think it's always good to understand, get a bit of an understanding of where you are in the stages from I know I'm sick, I know I'm not well, to I'm fully well, and I'm in control of my life, and I'm in control of my health. And so I'm just going to share that with you. So the 4 steps. I think the model maybe there was 5 steps, but anyway, and this is that example. I'm going to just talk about the 4 steps. So the first step was unconscious incompetence. What did that mean? Unconscious incompetence means I do not know what I don't know. Okay, I'm sure many of you can relate to that when it comes to healing, or finding out that you've got a disease, or knowing that you're sick, but you're not really sure. You don't know what you don't know. You haven't got enough information. You're out there searching on Google and doing some research to find out. You have no idea what's going on, and that's what can cause quite a lot of stress and anxiety, because you're just sort of, you have no idea. Lots of people are telling you different things and whatnot. So that's the first step, unconscious incompetence. The next step is conscious incompetence. Means now I do know what's going on. I'm more aware of what's going on, and maybe you're getting some help from somebody. Maybe you're working with a practitioner, or you've done some research and you have an idea of what's wrong. So that's the second step, unconscious incompetent. So first up, conscious incompetence. First step, you don't know what you don't know. The second step, you do know what you don't know. The third step is conscious competence. What does that mean? Well, we didn't know what we didn't know. Then we did know what we don't know. And now we're doing things about it. We're doing something about it. We're actually taking action. We're actually starting to address our health based on the research or the help that we're getting from a practitioner or somebody else. So that's the next level, conscious competence. But we're always thinking about it. It takes time. We wake up in the morning, we have routines, we've got to make sure we take these steps, we've got to make sure we take that, we've got to do this. Oh, hang on, what about this? What about that? Am I eating right? How many milligrams of this? How many milligrams of that? We're very conscious of the process. And so it takes up a lot of time, okay? But we're aware of it, we're conscious of it. But it does take up a lot of the time. And I know, I'm sure a lot of you out there are quite fed up with like this healing thing taking up so much of your life. Okay, we get to the point when it's just like, God, is this ever? Am I ever going to have a life where I'm just not constantly thinking about my health, constantly worried about what I should be eating, constantly worried about what supplements I should be taking? And that's when we get to the 4th step. And the fourth step is unconscious competent. That means we've been following routines, we've been sticking to a process, we've been following what we've been advised to do, and if we do that long enough and we're consistent with that, we start to become unconscious of it. It starts to become something we do without thinking about it. Okay, and that's a level we all need to get to. I've got to that stage a long time ago. Okay, I don't think about it. I don't worry about it. I trust in my intuition because I've been very consistent over a long time when I went through the healing stages that I no longer need to think about it. Okay, I often get asked, Mark, how many supplements do you take? What supplements do you take? And how often do you take them? And how many milligrams? And my response is always like my response is always like, look, these are I take a range of supplements and superfoods and super herbs and whatnot. Um, but what I take and when I take it, I don't even think about it. I rely on my intuition to direct me, if you like, because I'm unconsciously competent. Okay, I don't need to think about it. I don't need to think about what I need to do. I don't worry about it. I just trust in the process because I've been so consistent over so long that I don't need to worry about it. My intuition already knows about that. Okay, so just have a think about that. Okay, because you might be on just stage one. If you're on stage one, just understand that you're not far away from stage two. Well, very stage one to stage two, or step one to step two. Obviously, very close together. But it's from two to three that becomes a little bit more detailed because you've got to get into the routine. You've got to start focusing on what supplements you're taking. You've got to be consistent with this. And when you do that and you be consistent, and obviously when you're consistent with these things and you start to follow these processes, you're obviously going to be doing the things that are working for you and moving away from the things that don't. Okay, so even that becomes sort of an unconscious sort of process, if you like. And and then you get to the stage four, and then all of a sudden you think, oh, I'm well. I don't even think about it anymore. I don't have to think about it anymore. I just do it. It's an unconscious thing.